UTV Underground. My name is Dustin Huff. I'm striving to be a professional athlete, and privateer life is a little different from the extravagant pro teams. And I just like to share my story with you guys. That way, you guys could maybe understand the life of a privateer and what we go through. And we're calling it the Road to World Championship. Hope you enjoy.
So, what is your past history?
With motocross was my primary sport for probably 20 years. I rode local professional for a couple years, and then just kind of fell into being an adult. But I've always been involved with anything off-road, whether it be cars, bikes, anything that goes fast. I was totally into. So off-roading and being in the dirt was definitely a good place to be. We were very comfortable there.
What attracted you to the sport?
Uh, what attracted me to the sport was how capable these machines are. My friend from Phoenix, whenever the XP1000 came out, let me drive that and took me for a ride in that car, and that was kind of game over. It opened up a whole new world of possibilities, and I never thought that side-by-sides would be that capable. And I think 2 months later, I bought my first 1000.
When was your first race?
So I think I bought my car in April of 2015 and did my first race in February of 2016 with my father as my co-pilot.
What series are you currently racing?
As of this year, I have not done any racing. Our first race will be World Championship, and that's mainly because the car was hurt. I had some differential issues and broken axle, and wanted to go back through the car and make sure that it was 110% as best as I could get this thing, because World Championship was just going to be an opportunity for me, and I didn't want anything overlooked, and wanted a solid car for this race. But we previously raced AZOP Racing, which is a great series. Works also, that's a very aggressive series. But that was all last year. Again, we haven't done anything this year, but big expectations for this year with a kind of totally different setup in the car.
What do you think would be the ultimate series for you to race?
Oh man, I'd love to. Being at that top step, top 10, and best in the desert in the pro class would just be amazing. I'd kind of dream of that, and be an athlete for one of the top companies, and be doing cool videos like this, on the regular, and interacting with people and engaging. That's what I'm really passionate about.
What are some of your struggles you have to overcome, and how are you different from a professional team?
So I know a lot of the professional teams will have a dedicated shop. They'll prep the car, they'll inspect everything, they replace everything, they get seat time most of the time. I think that may be kind of similar to us, where we don't get a heck of a lot of seat time, but they get the chance for professionals to work on their car regularly. And I'm kind of a one-man show. I get help from some of my friends, and they're amazing to help with that and want to help with that, but it's hard to go through something of this magnitude and not really know what to do. I'm learning all this on the fly. I have to get permission not permission, but ask my wife, like, for garage time. Really, we have a son that's 1 year old, and it's kind of a trade-off. I have to schedule time in the garage to work on the car, so it's different. Even though I'm super excited and amped to maybe work on something, it's definitely goes on the back burner, and my family comes first. And it's kind of hard sometimes, probably because I get so excited about it, but it's definitely the correct thing to do.
What goes through your mind racing, or when you're race prepping your car?
Oh, when I race prep the car, I'm kind of OCD, and I want everything. I want there to be no mistakes. I want there to be did I check this? Or, oh man, I kind of wish I would have serviced this before we went to this race, because in my mind, that could lead to a failure. And I'm just always trying to eliminate anything that could possibly be a failure, even how big or small it is. Um, I mean, it costs a lot to go to these races, and I don't, I don't have a lot of. I mean, if I drove halfway across the country to a works race, and then I just get out of the race by some silly part or some malfunction, that sucks. That's a lot of money, almost not wasted, but because you get experience, but at the same time you want to do really well, and I just want to make sure that everything is as best as it can be, and that I have the best chance for success. If I break something, that's on me. But making sure the car's 100%. I mean, I'll go to sleep at night and just think, did I check that? Did I tighten that? I think it's all good. Okay, well, I'll check it, double check in the morning, make sure it's all good.
With that being said, do you reserve yourself when you're racing so you don't break the car?
Absolutely. I would say, and this is for me as a driver, of course, I'm constantly evolving and learning with new experiences, but I'll progress and speed up with the car. So the car, is a production car, then you bolt on all your accessories, do suspension work, maybe motor work, whatever people are into, and then your car becomes kind of it changes, it evolves into something that is much more capable, just like you as a driver will. And with that being said, I think the car is definitely getting much, much more faster and much more capable. But I also still make a payment on that thing every month. So it's kind of a fine line that I have to make sure that I wad this thing up in the race, trying to win like a local race, versus, hey, I want to go to this race in the next month, and I really don't want to replace all these parts if I crash it or if I tear something up. So kind of a happy medium, kind of an 80%er, 85%. Sometimes we go faster. Obviously, and the car is not a pure race car. It gets mountain trips. We go camping in it. I take my son in it. We go for cruises. It's not just a pure race car. Whereas the professional race teams, they're all in. They have dedicated race cars, dedicated chase trucks, dedicated crews. So it's way different.
What are your expectations from this video?
My expectations are just to elevate this sport with myself, with my family, with sponsors, and to just put this out there and let people know about the privateer life, about kind of what the struggles that we go through, to get my name out there with social media. I mean, I'll watch TV with Voodoo, and they got the Mint 400. They have, different off-road videos. They have anything off-road, basically. Any motorcycle stuff. I want to pick something up, whether it's the way somebody went through a line, whether it's a pit crew. It's constant learning, and sharing that with people is always good. Believing in myself, believing in my program, being thankful for my family, my friends that are behind me and supporting me is huge. And this would be kind of thanks if something could happen, or if I could elevate my program, and maybe that could lead to an open door, and we could maybe get my racing to a different level and make something out of this. And that is absolutely the goal.
Is there anything else you want to elaborate on?
I'm just super thankful that I thought about this, and that people were behind me to make this video and to share all this with you. And I'm really excited to start prepping my car again and getting this thing for a world championship. Because not only is this a brand new first time experience in a side by side for me in the first big race that I will do, it's just totally different. It's on a different magnitude from a local race, and again, the opportunity, I think we do well at local series and local events, and we're kind of starting to get things figured out. And I'd love to see what we got against, you know, bigger teams and compare. I'll be running a sportsman class, where the safety requirements are a little different, but I'm not going to be comparing to that class. I want to compare to the top people in that level. I want to, and I'll obviously be much slower, but I want to be close. That's my goal. It's not to win that class or be competitive in that class. I want to finish, and I want to compare to where we're at and then build from there.
Thank you.